Hello everyone, this is my reaction to yesterday's Inside Star Citizen Alpha 4.7 patch report. This was only the second IC in this year, and once again it was just a patch report, just 7 minutes long. CRG was talking about new features coming up with 4.7 and a new ship.
Now, the big headline feature in Alpha 4.7 is our new operation, Breaker Stations, also referred to as the artist formerly known as Rockcracker.
Okay, we are getting one new mission in 4.7.
But these Breaker Stations also come with a unique twist. There are exclusive and contested versions available to all players. The exclusive options will make it easier for dedicated groups of players to tackle the content on their own without too much interference from the universe as a whole. While contested locations will provide a more rambunctious adventure for people who like a little more chaos in their lives. In either case, bring backup.
I find it sad that CRG doesn't seem to be able to be precise. Is exclusive an instance where only you and your group has access to, but CRG wrote, we cannot assure that other interested parties such as Outlaws may not discover the station's location on their own. Caution is advised. Or are those Outlaws NPCs?
That's not all 4.7 has to offer. The long-fabled inventory improvements are upon us, providing the next evolution of Star Citizen's interface for indexing, interacting, and evoking all the irregular items you intersect with throughout the universe.
Finally, we have a paper doll. Thank you very much, CIG. There's a reason why most games are using a paper doll. You can see at one glance what items you have equipped and what slots are still empty. However, CRG also said the new inventory system will be much quicker, but from my experience and from the experience others have, the icons are still loading very slowly. And this on a PTU build, a build that is not running for days, weeks and months. I'm sure it will be worse on live. Still, a paper doll is a small step into the right direction.
It's a major quality of life improvement for the verse that will not just continue to improve beyond 4.7, but set up the foundation for other new features along the way.
Translation, there will be a new inventory system in 4, 8, 12, 16 years from now.
And one of those other new features include the first iteration of crafting, the next major step forward in allowing citizens to shape and conform the universe as they see fit. Now, of course, at the beating heart of Star Citizen is its spaceships, and Alpha 4.7 is bringing with it a host of changes and improvements to spaceship gameplay as development pushes towards the eagerly awaited tactical strike groups this spring. And that starts with the next iteration of shield and armor updates.
I made videos about this. Shields give now more shield HPs, especially Size 3 shields give a lot more. However, CRG is changing this every other patch. Shield HPs are going up, down, up, down, up, down. I still don't see any rhyme or reason. For armor, we have no threshold damage. This means bigger ships are immune to some weapons now. They take shield damage, but no hull damage and no damage to structure HPs. However, a lot of Size 1, Size 2 and Size 3 weapons can still damage big ships, even an Idris. I like the idea of threshold damage, but I think CRG should go more into this direction.
There's changes to radar and detection systems, where the type of equipment you have and the power assigned to both now directly affect the range things like aim pips and ESP come into play.
Yeah, with a lot of smaller radars, you only get a pip at distances below 1 kilometer. You can still see targets on your radar at longer distances. To me, this looks just like a band-aid because CRG servers cannot deal with ship combat at normal speeds and normal ranges. This is why we got a slow, boring, no-fun master mode in 3.23 and now much smaller radar ranges for pips. So far, master mode and the first iteration of server meshing we got in January 2025 didn't help. We still have massive dosings. We even have dosings of players and NPCs at walking speeds.
Updates to missile explosions that mean the explosion radius of external hits become more focused and should no longer damage internal components without first breaching an opening.
I don't know exactly what he means. If I look at the data, CRG has increased area of effect damage of most missiles in 4.7. Maybe he means this damage is not just passing through the hull anymore. You have to defeat armor first.
as well as a pass on many of the doors, ramps, and lifts in ships to improve their durability, because we're about to give people a much bigger reason to target them from now on.
I think this was needed. In the past, you could just punch open doors and ramps. However, some ramps and doors on big ships have now more hit points than a medium ship has in total. I guess there will be some adjustments. And of course, business must go on. A new ship. Looks a bit like a Scorpius or maybe Aurora Mark II. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.